guys, welcome back to Angela. And on this topic, you guys, we are going to talk about how the narcissist takes your innocence. How the narcissist takes your innocence. So, you know, narcissists, you guys, take your innocence by chipping away at you without you knowing, right? You're living in a world where you're not conscious, you're daydreaming, you think you know who you are, but you're still learning yourself, you're still learning the world, you're still navigating through life. You realize that you lived in a world where um, you know, bad people were murderers or rapists or, thieves or whatever, these things are. And you might have thought, I haven't came across, bad people and murderers, and you're not looking at your neighbors and you're not looking at your family, you're not looking at your friends in society and thinking anyone around you um, is necessarily evil, right? And there comes a point in time where you know, you just keep getting narcissist after narcissist in your life until you get the worst type. This is where they wake you up to the reality that you're in, and you start to look at your reality that you were living in. You start looking at the people around you, and you realize that your perception of evil was definitely wrong. And your spirit is telling you to leave, to get out of this situation, that this situation is not healthy for you, because it's not making you feel good. Now, your innocence, you guys, your innocence is your ability to move through life without having to feel a sense of guilt, a sense of um, you know, that sinful nature where you feel, you know, inadequate, or, and a lot of it has to do with not having hate in your heart and being able to move through life without hating the people around you. Sometimes, you might have had, narcissist parent or narcissist people in your life, but you were able to navigate through life without feeling guilt. The narcissist feels guilt at all time because of their sinful nature, because they've committed so many sins that they know there's no going back. They know that it's deeply rooted in them, and that even if they wanted to get out, they know that they just have so much karma, so they might as well just keep going forward. Now, they know that you're a good person. They know that you're getting good karma. This is why they come to you. They know that there has to be some type of innocence in you to be able to see the good in them, even when they're doing bad things to you.
So, in actuality, the narcissist is living in this purgatory through their own hell based on their sins, because someone took their innocence away and they chose to take others' innocence in order to make themselves feel good. This is why they have to portray to be someone that they're not. They have to act as if they're happy when they're not. This is a lot of times why the narcissist is kind of like, they look at you and they're like, I'm never happy. What are you talking about? Like, I know it looks like I'm acting happy. I know I'm faking it with my friends and people around me, but I'm really living in guilt, you know? And they pretend to be happy with you. They pretend to be happy with the next person, This is what they do. They're not going to come up to you and say, hey, I'm living in hell. They're going to use you as an opportunity to get back on
So
top.
these people are aware, and I always give you guys that example of, the narcissist that I was with, leaving me a voicemail after they had, discarded me weeks later, telling me, um, hey, I want to come over. I just don't want you to call the police on me. That's because they know what they're doing is horrible. They know that the way they're able to brainwash you, the way they're able to manipulate and abuse is by gaslighting you and messing with your mind. They play mind games. Um, and one day I realized that because my phone was glitching and it went straight to my notes and I just started typing random words. And I remember it said memory games and it said devil. And I looked at the narcissist and because they were there and I was kind of shocked and I was like, my phone is messing up. It was just glitching. I had to get a new phone because of the glitching and the pressing buttons. And I was shocked at the words. It went to my notes and that's what it said. And I said, memory games. And I knew God was speaking to me because it gets to a point where you're with the narcissist and you might think that you know who he is, who she is, and you might think, oh, I'm not going to get any karma or nothing's going to happen to me. If they decide to leave me, then I'm just going to take that loss because I really want to make it work, or I just don't want to be alone, or we have children, or whatever the excuse, or we're married, or we have too many ties, whatever excuse you make to keep staying with them is them taking away your innocence slowly. By abusing you, by speaking bad about you, by calling you names, by you accepting things that you never thought you would accept. And the reason you're able to accept these things is because our mind is very powerful. Our mind works with our feelings and our empathy, and that's something they don't have, right? So they're literally messing with your memory. They're messing with your ability to learn. They're messing with your sensory system, your intuition, your ability to communicate through telepathy. You're not able to read the narcissist. Something is telling you something is wrong, your inner you. But you stay because you don't think that anything is going to come out of it, besides a heartbreak or whatever. And a lot of times, it's that addiction to them that keeps us from leaving. And what we don't realize is that in that moment, our innocence is being taken away. Now, before the relationship, you didn't wake up every day, you know, most likely you didn't wake up every day, not being able to do the thing, not being able to move on with life. You might have went through things, but you were still able to look forward to something. You still had hope. You still had ambitions. You probably wanted to go to school or finish school. And that's when the narcissist came in, right where you were ready to finally find yourself, because the devil is not chasing after people who are doing devilish things. The devil is coming after people who want something, who have a free mind, who have no guilt. You didn't have any guilt. You didn't have that guilt from hurting people and doing people wrong. And you weren't even if you did someone wrong, you might have not even realized the meaning of that guilt that you should have had, because you weren't aware, you weren't conscious. It was like you were daydreaming, you were sleepwalking.
This is how the narcissist is able to throw a karma ball that they're supposed to receive at you. And they're looking at you like, how could you love me? Don't you see that I'm just out here trying to survive? I have lots of karma. This is why I need to hang on to people and take their innocence to throw a curveball. This is why you see that they look at you like, don't you see that I'm trying to survive and I need to take the innocence of others? And it's not just you, it's other people before you and after. Like, they're like, how come you don't get it? But this is part of why the narcissist almost feels as if they're God, you know?
So the narcissist takes your innocence by messing with your perception. This is why you have these ups and downs, ups and downs. They even set up a crime scene and they put clues around, and then they know you're going to start sniffing, and they have a track of clues, and when you find the prize, you get a stupid prize because they put it there for you. And you know, you're thinking, is this person serious that they are? Because it's almost like they're doing it on purpose, and they are. Because the longer they can manipulate and do things to you, and the longer you stay with them, they're always like, okay, you think this is a joke. You can continue being with me. You think it's a joke. But it's going to hurt you in the end, because I'm going to be able to walk out of this relationship and not feel anything. And you're going to be stuck with these memories that I'm giving you. So when the person is giving you memories and you can't get rid of these memories, this person is taking your innocence, because now that freedom of guilt, that innocence that you had of freedom of guilt, now you feel guilt every single day. Now you feel that sinful nature. You feel the thoughts of the things that they did to you and everything, and the red flags that you should have left. You have guilt. You have guilt because you realize someone came and took your innocence, and you thought you were going to be able to change this person, or you thought, being good or being nice or loving this person was going to make them see something. But instead, all it did was take away your innocence. And now it's broadened you into a world where you understand the narcissist, but you realize that it came with a prize. And you're like, okay, now I understand narcissism, but
I didn't understand that just like the narcissist can't go back, they can't change because of their own sin, I can't go back either. And that was part of the trap, because they took you away from everything you loved, everything you wanted, your dreams, and that was part of the trap.
now I feel guilt. Now I feel the pain of my actions from staying with them, from allowing them to do things that I know I should have, set boundaries for. Now the words that they said, the things they did, how they did it, how they didn't care, the violence, the anger, the torture, the tears, it stays in your mind, because their purpose was to play mind games, because they knew that if they decided to come back, it would almost feel as if they're saving you. They're saving you from these thoughts. They're saving you from your mind having to rethink every event and make some sense out of something that they created to not make sense in the first place. Trying to put the pieces of a puzzle that has a lot of missing pieces. So they want to come into your life, make you forget about the puzzle again, just to do it again to you, just so you can restart the lack of connection. And by doing that, like I said, they're taking away your senses, your perception, your ability to think. You start feeling like you're losing your mind, you're losing your memory, it's like they killed you. They killed the old you. You might have things that happen and you don't remember, and people bring things up and then you remember, and your perception's all over the place. And that's because your mind is trying to heal from the trauma, and your mind can't heal from the trauma until you get rid of those people, until you get rid of everything that reminds you of this person, until you block this person, until you detach yourself from the people that they're attached to. until you decide to meditate, to take time to be alone, to face your own sins. Because what happens is that you might see people, that have a lot of friends and things like that, but guess what? A lot of those people, their innocence was taken, and they're in some type of pain, some type of agony, and they get a sense of fuel by interacting with other people that, are going through the same thing. But the thing is that those people don't want to change. They're just talking about their problems, memory, games, over and over again. So our job is to understand what we went through, understand that our perception, everything needs rewiring. Understand that you need time alone, that there's no one to cry to. There's no one to go and try to get empathy from. There's no one to look at but yourself, your actions, and to be able to forgive yourself for putting yourself through that. To be able to know that that person will always be like that. They were like that before they came in your life, and they'll be like that after. They knew what they did. They purposely did these things because they knew that trying to put the pieces together and heal was going to be the toughest part. This is why they hoover you, because they never want you to get that healing. They want you to feel that pain that they feel every day. This is why they came into your life and did the things that they did. Because their innocence was taken, and they feel like your innocence, you know, should be taken too. And, you know, they feel as if they're doing you a favor almost, because they feel as if, hey, you think I'm a bad person, but I'm not that much of a bad person. My friends don't think I'm bad. I'm not that bad. There's people that are worse than me. That's literally their attitude. This is why they trauma bond with you. That's trauma. The fact that you can love someone that tried to spiritually kill you, and um, wanted you to experience that pain, from just taking them back over and over again, and messing with your mind, messing with your perception. That guilt that you feel, they wanted you to feel guilt. They wanted you to feel regretful. And you wonder, why would someone want to do that to me? Because that's what predators do. They take your innocence. And the longer you stay with them, you might think nothing of it, but they will do things that eventually you're going to store space in your mind for them. So you go from living a life where you don't have any guilt. You're seeing things, and you understand there's bad people. You understand people from your past have done things to you. You understand these things. But when they take your innocence and you realize the crimes that were committed around you that you weren't aware of, it gives you a sense of guilt. So, like I said, you guys, the most important thing to do is to rewire your mind. The most important thing to do is to meditate, because you didn't wake up like this, every day before this person came into your life. You weren't waking up thinking about the past, thinking about what if, thinking about, I don't think there's a future, or nothing makes me happy. All this came from the narcissist. So it's good to meditate, because this person attacked you through your feelings. And when these thoughts are coming, they're going to create a feeling. It's kind of like when you think of the narcissist and they did something and you realize, oh, snap, they were with someone else. Oh, snap, they did this. So when you think about the things they did to take your innocence, it brings up those feelings. You start to get jealous or angry at things, and you're not even with them anymore. And you realize in those situations that you're living in the past, and they've already moved on, and that was their whole purpose. So this is why it's important to meditate, to allow yourself not to think, because you never used to think that much, and especially think about things that don't matter. So what you need to do first is meditate, spend time doing something, even if you don't want to, paint your house or change your furniture around, you know, start, get a treadmill, do things to get your mind off of things, and when those thoughts keep coming, tell yourself that narcissist, they're fake. That wasn't a real person. Life, talk to yourself as if, as if you're talking to your inner child. Yeah, that happened to you, but that's not who you are. You know, talk about your dreams, talk about how you want your life to change, because you could never go back to your old you, but you could realize that this narcissist brought you into self-awareness, and taught you something out of this situation. Because in order for your light to shine, um, you know, you have to go through that darkness, you know. That's the only way, something so precious can shine, and you are precious, you guys. So, you know, these feelings, they're not real. It's a trauma bond, and it's to make you, worship and cut your boundaries and allow this person in and out of your life. That's all it's for. And this person has mastered that. And you have to remind yourself that they have mastered that. So don't forget to hit the like button if this video was helpful for you guys. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments down below to help other survivors. And understand that a lot of people, especially in this community, are definitely narcissists. And it's kind of scary because, man, I see a lot of women just leaving, comments and all these things. And it's like the narcissist feeds off people's emotions. So they're loving giving you information about who they are. They're loving it. They're going to be in the best mood and giving you advice and, happy, and it's all because they're feeding off of your pain. They're feeding off your pain, and they understand that it's many that are like them. A lot of narcissists knew they were evil. Now people are calling them out on who they are, and now they're uniting more than ever, with their friends and their cults and their groups. They're uniting right now, you know. They're definitely going to start playing the role of the empath, and they're going to make sure that they play that role as sneakily as they can for as long as they can. So just be careful, you guys, because I see a lot of people who are narcissists. I'm the kind of person that I just look people in the eyes and I can tell everything about them right away. And it's really scary, how people are constantly giving praise to people, and these people don't really have emotions. It's more of, you can tell in their eyes that there's this just happiness from the attention that they're getting. And it's very I could tell the narcissism in there. They're trying to play that friend, that friend that's like, that you vent to about your problems, but they really want to sleep with you. So it's just kind of something that everyone has to watch out for on here, you guys. Um, Especially when, I don't know, but it's just really it's definitely crazy because narcissists definitely are the masters of perception. This is how they're able to take your innocence. So I'm sending you guys like lots and lots of love, light, and peace. Peace, you guys. That's something that we all have to work on, meditation and having peace, because that's what the narcissist does. They kill you by killing your peace through their mind games, and they know that. So to them, it's like they feel as if they killed you. They killed you while you're still alive. So I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.